Good afternoon, guys, and happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. I was able to get mostly everything done on my planner for today to start the week off. I got everything done on my planner last week, with the exception of I didn't do laundry on last, what day was that? On Friday of last week. So that stunk, and then I told you guys how I don't do it use my planner over the weekend just because I have a teacher's planner, which works awesome, but it doesn't give me access to the weekends to also have stuff done, which, like, I didn't edit or upload anything over the weekend, but I kind of took a break and was doing some other stuff too, and we had other projects and stuff like that to get done. So tomorrow, guys, the stove is coming, and right now I can walk around in the kitchen because Matthew actually pushed the table all the way over here. Tomorrow when they come to install the stove, actually, neither of my parents are going to be here. My mom has a thing that she has to go to in the morning. My dad has to go to work, and luckily Matthew does not have work, otherwise it would be just me and Jack. So Matthew's actually, I think, gonna pretty much handle that for tomorrow, with them installing or bringing it and installing it and all that kind of stuff, which, like, other than just sitting here, like, really shouldn't be that much that needs to be, you know, like, done or anything like that, you know, because they should be able to hook everything. I mean, hopefully they don't have a problem or anything like that, but they should just be able to put it in and be able to, what was I gonna say, get the old one that we have is already actually out in the driveway. Literally everything is cleaned here, as you guys have seen. There's nothing here. We got the tile all put in. Obviously more tile needs to be ripped out, but that's enough for the stove to get in there. Today, guys, we hung this little guy up here, which works. So you guys can see right here, look at that, works. We got a two different kind of dimmer, and then I would turn the, this dog is looking at me right now. All of the puppies are terrified of this. Listening to the, or hearing the, like, what's that called? The fan going. Bliss used to be scared of it because whenever we would turn it on, normally it was because something was burning and there was smoke. Not all the time, but like especially when she was little, she associated it with the smoke alarm going off, because every once in a while, you guys know when something's done when the smoke alarm goes off. That was actually, I think one of my aunts told me that or something like that. They're like, I know when my food's done cooking when the smoke alarm starts going off. I was like, that's kind of true in some cases, but if something like dripped in the bottom of the stove or something like that and it started smoking, or just starts to smell or whatever, and even just to my mom, a lot of times it's like, I don't want to have to smell, like, I love making quesadillas, but she hates the smell of like tortillas, like, not that they're burning, but like just to get them up to like sort of a nice crisp. She hates that smell, so she's always like, make sure you put the fan on. And Bliss is not so scared of it anymore. It seemed like, especially today when we were testing it out, but both the puppies ran and hid and they got terrified of it. So unfortunately, that is something that, again, we have to use only in emergency situations. But what we do need to get is the filter. I was telling you guys that we don't have it actually exhaust out of the house. It's going to be recirculating, but we have to get a, I think it's also sort of supposed to hopefully help with like grease trap and everything like that. Not like a grease trap, but like help with like, that, and the smell and all that kind of stuff. And so, and smoke, it's supposed to have a certain type of charcoal filter that we need to order separately for that. And I don't know how often they have to be replaced or anything, but we have to look that up as well. But we got that put in today. It was actually not that difficult. I told you guys though that oddly, and like for some reason, it wouldn't fit the holes that are underneath here. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell, but these holes, you guys can see this one just barely hits this part, but this one does not at all. Like, my whole finger can go through here. This does not either. My finger can go through here. So my dad had to drill these other holes in here to actually get it to mount into the cabinet. And the same with over here. Like, this one just barely hits, but then this one doesn't hit at all. Like, you guys can see my whole finger is like going through there, so it's not hitting the actual, like, this part of the cabinet, where again my dad actually had to make and drill holes into onto there. So like I said, I don't know why, but he was gonna get it put up yesterday, and then when he realized, oh, this isn't gonna be easy, now I have to drill holes into the hood to be able to put the, you know, the screws in and everything like that. And then he also had to cut out a little bit of the drywall as well, so that he could get the electrical, which is in this little part up here. He had to get that put in, like he had to cut the drywall to get the electric that was coming in from the wall moved over a little bit. So it all works. Again, we tested it out and everything like that, and it looks so nice and like new, because the other one was like, I don't know if it was originally white. I think it was like an off-white, along with the stove was also an off-white, and I think our refrigerator was also off-white. And even thinking about it too, I think the first dishwasher that came with the house was also off-white. And I'm trying to think too, I think that's all the appliances for the kitchen. So everything in here was off-white. My mom wanted everything to be white. So the dishwasher, which we are going to most likely replace at some point because it needs it awful bad. It is definitely like a pain. I hate this dishwasher. I love that I have a dishwasher. I hate this one. But I want one that's a little bit more money than like the cheapest possible dishwasher my parents could find. And then the refrigerator, it's Kenmore. It's actually lasted quite, I mean, it's in really good condition. We've only had it for like 2 or 3 years, so it's actually a decently new appliance. And the same with the dishwasher too. I think it's honestly probably no more than like 5 years old, but it's not a good dishwasher. It is like the cheapest end of the line, you know, kind of dishwasher. And the stove is a decent priced stove. I think it's like maybe like a $600 or $700 stove, but I think we got it for like maybe $50 or $150 or something like that off actually, from Home Depot, and it is a Whirlpool. And the hood that we got is an Air King. Like I said, the refrigerator is Kenmore. Our washer and dryer are both LG. I love them. They are probably the most expensive appliances. We'll see about the stove, but I really feel like quality wise, they're probably the most like expensive appliances that we have. I think each they were like a little over $500. I think, because I think for the set it was about like $1,000 or something like that, which I feel like is expensive for a washer and dryer. But they both needed to be replaced, and I believe they were actually on sale also when we got them, so they turned out to be probably one of the better like choices. So anyways guys, I forgot where I was going with all this. Tomorrow the stove is coming, we're getting that put in, but I thought I'd show you guys that we got the hood up. And yes, it is supposed to have that gap there. I think I was telling you guys, we're going to do like a sliding pantry, I believe. I looked up on Pinterest. I think if you type that in, that's what you'll find. Similar to that, a lot of people, I think I was telling you guys, I think I've said this maybe in 3 vlogs now. A lot of times you guys will see them like next to refrigerators and stuff like that. But that's what we're probably going to wind up building actually and put in here. Basically, I think you can just do it with like 2x4s and stuff like that, but it'll add a little bit of extra cabinet space since the stove space is actually a little bit smaller. We had a 36-inch stove that was there, and the new one that we're getting is 30 inches. But I believe the cubic feet of the oven, or cubic feet size of the interior of the oven is actually bigger than the one that we had. A lot bigger. And also too, our new microwave is supposed to come tomorrow, which I don't know if they are delivering it or if it's coming through like snail mail, like UPS or, you know, the US Postal Service or whatever. But it was originally not supposed to come until July something. It was like on back order, but then they said it was going to be delivered with the stove. So I don't know if they are, like when they come and deliver the stove tomorrow, if that's also coming with, but that is not going there. It's going on that side over there. Over there underneath that cabinet. We have to move this actually up, but I told you guys that too. So yeah, again, just another little update on what is going on in the kitchen. But yeah guys, they're gonna be here sometime between 8:30 I think and 12. And the thing that stinks guys is that I have not, since the other night I woke up like in the middle of the night. Well, not in the middle of the night. I woke up on Sunday night maybe or something like that. Or no, Saturday night. I woke up like in the middle of the night and I fell asleep. I was almost asleep by like midnight, and then I woke up at like almost 1 o'clock and then couldn't fall back asleep until 2. And ever since then, I feel like I've just been not sleeping very good the last few days since then, really. But yeah, and then on top of that too, also update my mom's office. I think Jack just has to put one more, well no, maybe 2 more coats of paint up on the top part, not the ceiling, but like on the top part of the wall, in my mom's office, like in the corners. And once he is done with that, then that like section of the wall, I'll show you guys, that will be done, and then we can get all the other stuff. All of the cabinets can be hung up. Well, the 2 cabinets that are going to be going on these 2 walls over here, the one that's going on this side, and then the other one that is going to be going over here. So if you guys can tell right along here, it needs to be painted in the corner. So that is what Jack is going to be doing tomorrow. Obviously the rest of this also needs to be painted, but everything else has been painted down here. We're just going to then put the new cabinet needs to be hung up, which is going to go over in this corner, and then we've got another cabinet that's going to go over in this corner, and then we can get actually the countertop put in over here as well, and then move these, which these are cabinets over here, are going to go over on that side. Is what is going to be going on, but after Jack is done with that one last little bit, we'll be done there. But it's just so difficult, guys, because like I said, we are like working on 2 projects at once, and it's a huge pain. So, and we obviously had to be like, oh, we have to make sure that we get this stuff done because the stove's going in. Now that the stove is going to go in, we will be able to, I think that was really what we were waiting on. And the rest of the tiles can be pulled up actually after that, which has been sort of what I've been working on. We just actually need to pull the refrigerator out, because we're gonna paint behind there as well and do all that stuff. So that's kind of the other thing that we have to wait on as well. But we need to leave a couple of tiles because we don't want to move, like, you know, the refrigerator out and then have to, you know, pull it over all the new tiles and have it possibly scuff up and scrape up all of the new tiles. So we're gonna leave some of the old ones so we can again pull that out, move it, then replace what's behind it, push it back over and do all the painting and stuff like that, and then push it back in and then do the new tiles where we left the old tiles so we could move it. So yeah, that, I think after, like I said, the stove gets in, that's kind of last thing, and we have a couple of cabinets, the bottom cabinets, 2 top cabinets, I think, and a little bit of wall that needs to still be painted, and then we're kind of done, or not completely done, but I mean kind of wrapping up with the kitchen, which has again been lasting a really long time, but we've just, like, we haven't, even like one weekend, we haven't had like enough time to like get everything done, you know. And like I said, it's been like we've been waiting for it and having to do it in like different parts, so that's why it's been also kind of a little bit of a pain. And again, now that like my dad has gone back to work and Matthew's gone back to work, like we lose 2 able-bodied people. Now it's just kind of me and Jack that have been like really getting a lot of the work done, and my mom has been like painting the cabinets for her office, and getting some of the other stuff too. Like she's been taking down, she took down most of the other wallpaper that was in her office the second round. We still have kind of like a 3rd round still that has to get done in there, but again, it's like we're also not like moving everything out of, you know, like one room all at one time just to finish everything and get it done. Like, you know, we could, if we pulled everything out of the kitchen, we could do all the painting in, you know, like 2 or 3 days or something like that. That's literally how my room got done. Was I took every single thing with the exception of I think a light out of here and repainted the whole, you know, my whole room all at one time. But and I put everything, I think some of the stuff out in the garage and most of the stuff upstairs and things like that, for I think it was maybe 2 weeks or something like that. I want to say I feel like it was maybe 3 weeks, but I think it was closer to, like, I wanted to be done in about a week in total, because we also had to put together my desk and hang up all of the shelves and stuff like that was in here. I showed you guys the whole process of that, but I don't think it took like all of that long, but I feel like now it's taken us like about 2 to 3 months with doing the kitchen, but it's also because we started my mom's office project at the same time, so we probably could be done with the kitchen right now if we weren't also doing that. So her room is like half done, and then the kitchen's almost done, but once we finish with the kitchen we have to get to that, you know. So it's been a lot, guys, but I feel like we are in getting the stove and will kind of be hopefully like the final stretch and getting everything taken care of. So anyways, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a little thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.